This is Hayes Q Jones, your DVD and Blu-ray baller on a budget, and this is HQ Videos for you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a current subscriber, what's up? I greatly appreciate it. Come on in, make yourself at home. This channel is for movie collectors of all types and formats. It doesn't matter if your format's 4K, VHS, 3D, Blu-ray, you guys are all welcome. Same with the genre, horror, drama, documentary, sci-fi, action, everyone's welcome here. This week takes me to Goodwill and, of course, my favorite Pawnshop, Cash America. Got some bangers there. Goodwill has finally brought down the price on their Blu-rays. Found this really cool out-of-print DreamWorks Blu-ray. Have my classic pick for the week. Have a out-of-print Disney movie home exclusive. My 3D pick for the week, my classic pick for the week. So I have some bangers here. But before I get into what I picked up, not only do I collect movies, yes, I'm one of these weird, wild individuals. I actually watch them. And on a weekly basis, I like to share some of the things I've watched, either streaming on the Fire Stick, physical media, or live in the theater with my family. Now I'm going to kick it off with a 1971 crime drama romance, The Panic in Needle Park. This was directed by Jerry Schatzberg, produced by Dominic Dunn, and written by Joan Didion. This stars Al Pacino, Kitty Wynn, Alan Vent, Richard Bright, and Keel Martin. The plot behind this movie is a stark portrayal of life among a group of heroin addicts who hang out in the Needle Park in New York City. Played against this setting is a low-key love story between Bobby and a young addict and a small-time hustler, and Helen, a homeless girl who finds in her relationship with Bobby the stability that she craves. And this movie's somewhat of a downer. It's a drama, so it's slow, but it really reminded me of the television show Intervention. You see the cycle of addiction when people first started, the euphoria, then the addiction, then the attempt to become clean, and the whole cycle of starting them back again. And it does a great job of that. Al Pacino is a young Al Pacino, so he really rocks the part. And I don't know what kind of history they did to actually prepare for the part, but they really seem to nail it. Some of the people in there, it reminds you of watching the television show Intervention. So really deep, very powerful movie. And again, it can't be a downer though, but very well shot, very well directed, very well acted. This is the 1971 crime drama romance, The Panic in Needle Park. The next one, a little bit lighter here. This is the 2022 horror mystery thriller, Glorious. It's a Shudder release. I love my Shudder movies. This was directed by Rebecca McKendry, produced by Christian Armagida, and written by Todd Rigney. This stars Ryan Quanten, J.K. Simmons, Sylvia Grace Krim, Andre Lamar, and Torty Clark. The plot behind this: after a breakup, Wes ends up in a remote rest stop. He finds himself locked inside the bathroom with a mysterious figure speaking from an adjacent stall. Soon, Wes realizes he's involved in a situation more terrible than he could imagine. And this reminds me a lot of one of those episodes of Monsters or Tales from the Dark Side, maybe The Twilight Zone. Tongue-in-cheek humor, but really good storytelling. Whenever you can tell a story with limited characters and pretty much a singular space, you have to be creative with the story. So very creative storyline, great little twist. And again, I love Shudder movies though, so just a really fun watch. This is the 2022 horror mystery thriller, Glorious. My next pick is another Shudder film. This is the 2017 horror thriller, Stillborn, directed by Brandon Christensen, produced by Chris Ball, written by Colin Minahan. This stars Christy Burke, Jesse Moss, Rebecca Olson, Gene Griffin, and Michael Ironside. Michael Ironside is a throwback from like the 70s and the 80s. The plot behind this: Stillborn follows Mary, a newborn who lost one of her twins in childbirth. As she struggles with the loss of one of her children, she starts to suspect something sinister. Sinister is after her surviving child, a supernatural entity that has chosen her child and will stop at nothing to take it from her. Again, another Shudder film. I love them because they're, I would say, low to mid-range company, and it reminds me a little bit of the series Tales After the Dark Side, or eight Horrible Tales, something like that. It was a series of low-budget movies, but they do an excellent job of telling a story with limited characters, limited budget, and kind of pulling you in. And it's not jump horror though, but it's a little bit of that unsettling, fun type of horror though. So if you like that, if you like Shudder releases, I think you'll definitely like Stillborn. My last pick, this is actually a classic in the Black exploitation period. This is the 1971 action crime drama romance thriller / opera, and I'll touch on that in a moment. This is Sweet Badass Song. This was directed by Melvin Van Peebles, produced by Jerry Gross, also written and the music done by Melvin Van Peebles. The plot behind this: after saving a Black Panther from some racist cops, a black male prostitute goes on the run from the man with help of the ghetto community and some disillusioned Hells Angels. And forgot to mention the actors. You have Simon Chuckster, Melvin Van Peebles, Hubert Scales, John Dulligan, and Wesley Gale. And last week I talked about one of his earlier movies, Watermelon Man. After he did that, Melvin Van Peebles received a 3-deal contract with Columbia. After doing Watermelon Man, he came out with this movie, Sweetback's Badass Song. Sweetback's Badass Song. And this was an independent film that he did out of his own pocket. And I would consider this kind of an artistic venture. The first 10 minutes of the movie, you understand why Columbia canceled his contract. It's very explicit with some of the scenes sexually, but it's a lot of imagery. There's a lot of messages being told, and I actually had to watch some of the supplements afterwards. This is part of a Criterion collection, and he said he wanted to make this an opera, and he didn't want to hold back. So he was concerned about the mainstream picking this up. He wanted this to resonate with a certain part of the community, not necessarily just the Black community, but a certain part of the community, the more liberal part of the community. So it touches upon political, social issues, sexual issues, crime, and because he did the music, he wanted it to have somewhat of a opera feel to it. And that's why you have all the imagery and him constantly running throughout the film. So it's my first time watching it. Very deep film, but this is why Melvin's considered the godfather of the exploitation period. And if you decide to watch this, you want to watch this with an open mind, because again, some of the scenes are a little jarring. I didn't expect some of the opening scenes, but very good watch. Now, without further ado, sit back, relax, have a drink of a smoke, and I'll catch you on the other end of this video.
We're back at the Black Cave. Back at the Black Cave. We are back at the motherfucking Black Cave. Have my Goodwill pickups here. Have my Pawnshop pickups. Have my 3D pick for the week. Have an out-of-print Disney movie Home Club. Have my classic pick for the week. So have some bangers. Again, it's not a huge pickup, but it's not the quantity, but the quality. Let me get these scanned in, and we'll jump right into it. Hold on. I'm going to kick it off with what I picked up at Goodwill. First, something that I could foresee getting a Blu-ray in the future. And if I've seen this, it's been so long, I've forgotten the plot, but it's Kurt Russell, Martin Short, and I love Martin Short. He's just a goofy, funny guy. Him and Dana Carvey. This is Captain Ron, $3. I think it was $3. I'll show you in a second. The DVD, and this is a, who released this? It's a Touchstone release. Captain Ron. Next, we have Kung Fu Panda Holiday, which is actually out of print. And the Blu-ray and the DVD, what says that, but it's only the Blu-ray. It's $2.98 for that. And for all of this, I paid a whopping $4.76. So Blu-ray, DVD, and again, is this DreamWorks release. Captain Ron, Captain Kung Fu Panda. Also, there's a fourth Kung Fu Panda. I'm hoping that one will be released in 3D, because the first three I have in 3D, and I'm hoping coming like Turbine, if Touchstone or whoever originally released it, if they don't do it in 3D, hopefully Turbine will. So this is what I picked up at Goodwill. This is what I picked up at Cash America. And I had a DVD of this, and I think I had the VHS of this, and I think I burned it to a DVD. So I have to upgrade this to a DVD. Extreme Ops. It's a ski movie. It's a fun movie. The Paramount release. My banger pick for the week. Dexter's Laboratory. I used to watch this, and originally, when I looked at this, they had $30 on this. I looked it up online. On Amazon, I think it goes like 54, around mid to low 50s. Looked up on eBay. I think I saw the best price, $20. So I go up with this and another DVD and ask, is this priced correctly? She's like, yeah. As I go to put it away, she's like, well, how much you want to pay for it? I said, well, I saw it online for 20, I'll pay 15. So for these two, and I have a third one coming, I paid a whopping $17.05. So they charged me $1 for 2 DVDs and $15 for a complete season of Dexter. And just one of those weird cartoons I used to like as an adult. This was actually past my adolescent years. This and Pinky and the Brain. For some reason, I love these two shows. Maybe it's about taking over the world. Dexter and the Brain, that was their mode of operandi. And this is a Warner Brothers release. So this is what I picked up, plus one more from the Pawnshop. My other out-of-print release, this is a Disney Move Home exclusive, Son of Flubber. And Fred McMurray, I actually grew up watching him with My Three Sons. Seemed like a really decent guy. Never heard any negative things about Fred McMurray. Very likable actor. What I'm interested in, they did a remake of Flubber with Robin Williams, the late Robin Williams, but that's only out on DVD, so I can foresee that possibly getting a Blu-ray, a 4K release soon. They just gave a Blu-ray release for Death to Smoochie. And that noise over there, let me just kind of pan over real quick. That's Mr. Sextet, excuse me, Miss Shira over there causing that ruckus. But we have Son of Flubber, Disney Only Movie exclusive. My classic pick of the week is something I picked up along with Dexter and Extreme Ops. Again, love Richard Pryor. I Ain't Dead Yet, motherfucker, uncensored. And this is a comedy, or Paramount release, Comedy Central release, but it's kind of, homage to Richard Pryor and his craft. Yeah, Dave Chappelle, who I love. Dennis Leary, not so much. Chris Rock, not so much. Jon Stewart, a little bit. Wanda Sykes, not at all. But they just kind of give their feelings on Richard Pryor. Some of them, I think they've actually had interactions with him. And it's just a great documentary. Richard Pryor, uncensored. And my 3D pick for the week, Zombie Toxin. Love my zombie movies, love my 3D movies. This B-rated, low budget horror, but it's 3D. Again, I do love my 3D. And I did take a glance at it, and it looks pretty decent. Toxic, it's gonna be Zombie Toxic. So this is my out-of-print Goodwill thrift store pickup for the week. If you're familiar with the channel, this is where I separate the art from the disc and the plastic. We'll see if any of these make the shelf, and I get you good people on your way. Hold on. I have everything scanned into my CLZ Movies app. C is in Captain Ron, L is in Love and Basketball, Z is in Zombie Toxin. Let's wrap this up. I have everything laid out, ready to be put back in its proper place. As usual, I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in, leaving comments. If you made it this far, smash the like. Give me the big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Other than that, may the best of your past be the worst of your future. Everyone, please be safe. Deuces.